If you're wondering if Pedro Pascal is as nice as he seems, he is. He so is. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Pearsall. I'm a content creator and I live in Los Angeles, and that has led me to be in some rooms with the most famous people in the entire world. Premieres, events, whatnot. Very lucky, I'm very blessed. Blah, blah, blah. So today I have a colander of a bunch of names of famous people that I have met. I'm gonna pick one and I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion of how that interaction went.
Proceed with caution.
Meghan Trainor. So I got to work with Pentatonics.
They're also in here, don't worry.
A couple years ago, they were working on their Christmas tour and Meghan Trainor, they like collabed on a song and it was iconic. Pentatonics hired me to do social media work for them to document their behind the scenes and their rehearsals, blah, blah, blah. And Meghan Trainor was there for one of the rehearsals, so I was like, I gotta get content with her, obviously. And so I literally made like one video with her. All right, here's a behind the scenes video of she and I trying to figure out the lighting of where we were gonna film it. This is a Meghan Trainor video that no one has ever seen because it only exists on my phone. There we go.
Zoom in, I guess.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh, here, let me. That's it. That's the entirety. Here is the video that I ended up putting in the compilation. It was like describe Meghan Trainor in one word, and I asked all of Pentatonics, and then I asked her.
Meghan in one word, mother. Yeah.
Mother. When I handed Meghan Trainor my phone to take the video, she opened up Instagram and Instagram automatically put a filter on her face because I just had one of those lame like beauty filters or whatever that automatically goes on. And she looked at me and she was like, oh babe, you don't need this. She's like, girl, don't use this. You don't need that. You're gorgeous. Aww. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. I guarantee she doesn't remember. She's probably just like perfectly kind to everybody always in her life, always. Xochitl Gomez. So I met Xochitl Gomez at a box lunch charity event. Here's the picture I took with her. It was literally like a 1-minute interaction. Actually, I've met her twice. Sorry, I just remembered that. But I only got a picture at one of the times. So at the box lunch charity event, she was just talking to some people, talking to some friends. Apparently I'm friends with some people that she's friends with, but we're not friends, you know? And I just went up to her and I was like, hey, I am such a Marvel fan. I thought you did great in Multiverse of Madness. Also, people hate on Multiverse of Madness too much. I loved it. I loved it. Sam Raimi in a modern MCU project? What's not to love? I was like, and something I always do, you're gonna see a trend, is I'm like, ooh, let's do something quirky. Let's not just smile. Let's like point at the camera or something like that. That's always the one, that's always my default, is pointing at the camera. She was really sweet and that was it. We literally talked for like 2 seconds. And then the second time I saw her was at the premiere of The Marvels, and I just went up to her and I was like, hey, love you. She honestly was just kind of like, ugh, a fan. I was trying to be like cutesy about it, but I think I picked the wrong moment, and so I was like, oh, my bad. So I just left, and that was it. Anyway, Xochitl Gomez, super sweet. Huh? Sweet? I put together cute and sweet. Super cute, super sweet. Loved meeting her. Next. Dylan Mulvaney. This is a 3-second interaction, truly. But I was at the premiere for Agatha All Along and Dylan Mulvaney walked by. I didn't yell at her, but I was just like, oh, Dylan. She was like, oh, hey. Oh my God, thank you. That was it. Gavin Castellano from Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm not gonna say that much about him because I actually consider him a friend of mine. And also he just got married. Congrats, everybody say congrats, Gavin. You know, I got to know him. I got to hang out with him a little bit. This was like, I think before season 2 of Summer Turned Pretty. And he like, in fame, we got to play a little bit of volleyball together. Okay, do you want to hear something infuriating? Oh, he is a really good volleyball player.
I was like, oh, did you play competitively?
Did you play in college or high school or something like that? And he'd be like, oh no, sometimes I just have fun with friends and I've just like picked it up or whatever. Yeah! Are you kidding me? I was infuriated. How respectfully dare you say that to me? Talented king, talented actor. Last thing I'll say about Gavin Castellano, that guy loves Jesus. I know some of y'all are very excited to hear that. Gotten to actually talk to him about the Lord, and he knows Jesus and he is who he says he is. I really respect that. Gavin, if you're watching this, miss you bro, haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're thriving. Okay, next, one fell out. It's Destiny. Oh, Pentatonics. So I just shared this with Meghan Trainor that I got to work with Pentatonics in like 2022, something like that. But what I didn't share is I am, how do I put this? Simply the biggest Pentatonics fan alive. I was in high school, I was in college, I did a cappella in college because of them. So the fact that they hired me and I got to like hang out with them, literally a dream come true. I got to like become better friends with some of them, specifically Scott, also Kevin and Matt, I would say. And I actually got to attend Scott's wedding. I was really honored that they invited me because I was like,
I didn't think we were there, but
Scott and Mark's love is just so beautiful and pure. You know, what an honor to be able to witness such a beautiful day. Also, Kevin and Matt love Jesus and we've like bonded over that, so that was really cool. They're just the most solid humans. I'm an even huger fan because I know them, especially Scott, one of the most generous, down-to-earth people I've ever met, truly. So shout out. And it's on X, yeah. Sam Humphrey. If you don't know, Sam Humphrey plays the general in Greatest Showman, one of my favorite movies. Love it so much. Michael Gracie just announced that he's directing the new live-action Tangled, and like, hey, like, call me. I'm free, I'm available. Anyway, back to Sam Humphrey. This guy, we got to talking at the same box lunch charity event that I met Xochitl Gomez at. We chit-chatted for a while, and my friend Doc, we took a picture, here it is. Again, was so generous. I feel like I have a theme that the people I've gotten to meet are like incredibly generous with their time. What got me the most is when I was trying to find an agent, this was maybe a year and a half after I met him and talked to him. Literally had not seen him since. I DM'd him, it was
Like, hey, this is so random. We haven't talked in like a long time.
would you have any recommendations about agents? He sent me this long message with advice and connecting me to somebody that he thought could help me. I don't know if this is gonna make sense to you guys, like the culture of the industry. You don't have to do that, especially for someone you don't even know that well. I really admired that. And I was like, you don't need to do that. You're this big, you know, celebrity. And he gave me some of his time. Really appreciate that. I've had the good fortune of meeting a lot of really kind celebrities. New battery check. Leve, which I only just found out, what, a day ago that it's pronounced Leve and not Laufey. I feel stupid. This is a really brief interaction. I literally was at the Power of Young Hollywood party, which your guess is as good as mine as to why I got invited. Power of Young Hollywood. Not me, got him. I was just walking by Leve. I love her music. I don't know a ton of it. The stuff I've heard, I'm like, oh my God, she is the voice of one of those, you know, crooners from the 50s or something. I don't know. I was like, totally deserve all these accolades. Because I think she was one of the people being honored that night. And she said, oh my God, thank you. And we left. Sorry, not all these interactions are like super interesting. Also, my favorite part about that Power of Young Hollywood party, on Getty Images, my picture was right next to Sabrina Carpenter's. And I was like, who designed this? This doesn't make any sense. Post Malone, again with the pointing pic. I have a theme. This, again, very short interaction. I was just in line to meet him. I was simply a fan. This was not at an event or something. I went up to him and I was like, what's up, dude? I think somebody actually took a video, so here's that video. What I love about this pic that we took together is that I feel like it looks like we're old buddies. It looks like we're actually friends. It means a lot to me. He was super nice. He was drinking a beer or something. Also, I posted that I met him and one of my friends was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, what did he smell like?
pause.
When I meet a celebrity, my first instinct is not to take a whiff. I never smelled anything rank, so he probably smelled fine. Aw, Marcelo Hernandez. Okay, this is kind of a funny story. I feel like I just finessed my way into a friendship with him. But he knows that. When it was announced that he was joining the cast of SNL, I'm just a big SNL fan, and so I just follow all the new cast members. And lucky me, I have a little check mark and a little follower count that looks nice. Shout out, follow my Instagram. I think he thought I was someone important.
Which I'm not.
I followed him and followed me back. He, you know, didn't have huge following at that point because he had just joined SNL. We were following each other. Then one time I went to a show that he was doing and he said, what's up? And I was at the same Power of Young Hollywood event. He was being honored there. And so I got to briefly say hi to him there. So basically we've never gotten a picture together. I don't even know if I'd consider us friends. Like we've barely talked, but we follow each other. I feel like there's a mutual respect. Gosh, the more I say Power of Young Hollywood, the more douchey I feel like I sound. He like introduced me to someone. He said, oh, this is Liv. She's a comedian and a follower of Christ. If that ain't what I want to be known as for my whole life. I am a comedian and a follower of Christ. An actual comedian on SNL called me a comedian. I can't lie, that meant a lot to me. Next, Blozell, Queen, Cinnamon Challenge. I met her at CB3's birthday party. Speaking of CB3's birthday party, did I not eat the house down in this video? Why did I wake up that morning and decide to serve face? Anyway, I met Blozell at this party, and the main reason I threw her in here is because she was excited to meet me. I'm sorry? I think that's what blows my mind the most, is when there's somebody that I look up to, somebody that I've watched for a while, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're Liv. And I'm like, You know my name? I'm not the dirt beneath your shoe. You know who else did that to me at VidCon? John Kozar, you know, After Ever After boy. And he saw me at VidCon and he was like, hey, I love your stuff. And I was like, how dare you make me feel not meaningless in this existence. But Glozell was so sweet. Also gorgeous. She's been in the game for a minute. She is just as stunning as the day she started. I was blown away by her beauty. All right, next. Lecrae! This falls under the same category as Glozell, where he was like, oh dude, I love your stuff. You're so funny, I've seen some of your stuff. And I was like, pause, let me freak out. My favorite thing is that I convinced him to do a video. You know those things that are like, hey, what are you listening to?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What song you listening to?
Oh, Spread the Ops by Lecrae.
Huh.
So yeah, I poorly did the worm in front of Lecrae. That's my favorite party trick, is that I can't do the worm, but I try. And it makes people go, it looks like it hurts. Also, Lecrae got name dropped by Kendrick Lamar, and he knows Kendrick Lamar, so I'm officially 1 degree away from Kendrick. Super nice guy, but you all knew that. Lecrae's a real one. And the crazy thing is, again, on the theme of the people I meet being incredibly generous, he's been very generous to me in my work. I get the feeling that he respects what I do as a believer and a comedian. The fact that he makes me feel that way is a testament to just how kind he is. Oh, Pedro Pascal! He was actually the first premiere I ever went to. Well, not him. He was at the first premiere I ever went to. It was a big moment for me. It was Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It was the Nick Cage movie where Nick Cage was just playing Nick Cage. Not Longlegs. If anybody here hasn't seen Longlegs, that was like a really good joke. I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I had no idea how to interact with celebrities. I was just floundering around being like, I want to talk to them, but I don't know what's normal, blah, 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 blah. Juju, AKA Straw Hat Goofy, he's a king and he knows everything there is to know about movies. And so he's so good at coming up to like actors and directors being like, hey, I loved your work in blah, blah, blah. Here's a really specific question that other people who don't know movies that well wouldn't know. And so that makes the celebrity comfortable. So I just rode on Juju's coattails and he asked some great question to Pedro and he chit-chatted with us for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And in celebrity encounters, that is a long time. So he was so sweet, he was so kind, so warm. Also later that night, I got to see Tiffany Haddish throw ass on him. We'll talk about Tiffany Haddish. I didn't get a video of it, but somebody else got a video of it and I'm in the background like, it's freaking crazy. It is crazy, crazy. That night meant a lot to me. I was like really new to LA. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this. Little baby Liv, she's so cute. That, did you see that? A heart! That's how boys do hearts. I love you so much. This was also before a lot of The Last of Us, so he was really only known for Mandalorian, Game of Thrones. I'm sure I would not have been able to talk to him as long now. Next, Taylor Swift's mom. Aww. I'm sorry to do that to you. I so wish I had met Taylor Swift. But no, I did meet her mom. I was at the Eras tour in SoFi in LA. Taylor Swift's mom was walking by and somebody in our group, I went with Instagram, Taylor Swift's mom was walking by and somebody in our group recognized her. She had like security guards with her. She was like, hey, and she came over to the, what's it called, barricade? No, the like wall thing. She gave us all a hug and while she was hugging me, she kind of like hugged these people and then she went over and hugged me. Kind of whisper said in her ear, because this was like during the show, I was like, we just appreciate you so much. You are so lovely. She said, oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. And then she gave us a bunch of guitar picks with Taylor Swift's face on them. Wait, I gotta find the guitar picks. Oh, I found one! Oh, look at this, look at this. Taylor Swift's face. On the back it says midnight. Can you even read that? Oh my God. This is my prized possession. I'm 1 degree away from Taylor. She's got blue eyes. I will surmise that you'll probably date her. Oh! Jojo Siwa. You knew it was coming. So I met Jojo Siwa at a club. Not a big clubber. I don't know if you can tell that from the everything about me, but I got invited to an event being thrown by a friend of mine's management. So I went to the club. I am not exaggerating when I say this. I was the only non-lesbian in the room. I don't know how they divvy it up like that, but this was the lesbian room. I was like, how did I get in here?
I was welcomed with open arms.
But anyway, Jojo Siwa knows my friend that I'm with, and so my friend introduces me. Jojo Siwa was wearing this really cool matching set. It was rainbow, cause gay, and it had these little design logos all over it. It was a button down. I'm a girly pop, and what do girly pops do? We compliment each other on our clothes, and we ask where we got it from. So I said to Jojo Siwa, I love your set, so cute. And they were like, thank you. Oh my gosh, where did you get it? And she goes, Gucci. I went, oh, And then I look a little closer, the little logo designs all over it. Little Gucci logos. Are you kidding me? Not me thinking I was gonna cop it from a Kohl's. Ooh, so I won't be buying that for myself. And I just said, very breathable. So Jojo, if you're watching this, I will take your hand-me-downs. You're doing some spring cleaning probably soon. I'm around. Give me a call. Here's what I'll say about Jojo Siwa. She is exactly who you think she's gonna be. Got it? Got the picture? Whatever you're picturing, accurate. I can't lie. She kind of dresses like a pimp. I can't put that in. But yeah, she was really nice to me. She also low-key tried to set me up with her cousin, but it was like just in passing, and also I think she was drunk, or at least tipsy. She was like, you should meet my cousin. He's like your age, blah, blah, blah. Oh, like I'm not looking. But I was like, but thank you, Jojo Siwa. You can't just call her Jojo. Like, it's a full name. Oh, that's a good one. Jake from State Farm. Some of you guys know this story. Essentially, I did a commercial with Jake from State Farm. Roll the clip!
I trim my chest hair into the shape of small animals. It's a squirrel.
Ooh, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It just helps you create an affordable price.
My 10 seconds of fame, guys. I'm literally famous. Also, I'm so angry. I never got to see my commercial organically. I know that's like, first world problems, but I'm like, I really wanted to just be watching TV, scrolling on YouTube or something and get a commercial with me in it. I would have just died, but that never happened, unfortunately. But a lot of people told me they got it. Also, there's a lot more to the Jake from State Farm story. So if you want that story, watch this video. But truly, what an experience. One time I was at a premiere and I needed to Uber somewhere, and Kevin is his name. He's an actor, by the way. His name is Kevin offered to give me and my friend a ride in his nice white Tesla. That's that State Farm money for you. And he was so sweet and he dropped us off a couple blocks away. Again, another instance of a celebrity being kind when they don't need to be kind. I mean, everybody should be kind, but you know what I mean? So yeah, I haven't talked to Kevin in a while, but I would consider him a friend. Kevin, if you're watching this, do you consider me a friend? The State Farm commercial was a really lovely experience. Also, this right here, can you see it? Hey, Jarvis, can we zoom in on that? They put that on my door. It says Live Pearsall with a star. And then they sent me a framed one. And I don't know if you can see, but it is signed by Jake from State Farm and Kevin Miles. And they drew what I believe is a little set of khakis. But you wouldn't know because it's all in Sharpie. It goes without saying that I cannot believe that this is my life, that I get to meet these cool people and chit chat with them, and it is not lost on me that is all a thanks to you. Thank you for supporting and letting me do this. Let me know, as always, comments what sort of stuff you want to see from me, because I just want to give you what you want. Subscribe if you want, like if you want, share if you want. I love you guys so much. Happy New Year. If you're watching this way later in the year, happy mid-year. Woo!